It is 97.1 KZHT, Salt Lake's #1 hit music station with Frankie and Jess, 7:03. We're going to jump right into it. We've got him on the line here. That would be Jeff Foxworth.
God, that's more enthusiasm than I usually get.
Yeah, right.
How you doing? So you got to paint the picture. Are you sitting at home doing these interviews, or are you in a studio somewhere?
I'm sitting at home doing this, and I have not touched my hair, and you should see it because it looks a little bit like an egg beater this morning.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And he called himself, which is cool.
You know what?
I love that, Jeff.
Yeah, there is no hold for Mr. Foxworth. I have no people.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever had that? Because you could have people, but you just...
I don't want people.
That's good for you.
I'm quite capable. So, yeah.
No, we're
refreshing.
impressed over the years, like when we have people that call themselves. So that's pretty impressive.
That's neat.
Well, it says a lot about it.
And it's like if I'm not working, I have a farm, and so I'm usually on a tractor or a bulldozer if I'm not working, and people will say, "Well, no, you have somebody do that for you, right?" It's like, no, why, and miss all the fun? No, I'm doing it.
Good for you.
I want somebody else to do it.
So, what do you farm? What do you do on the farm?
I plant about 400 acres of corn and soybeans a year, and I have a greenhouse and a big garden and a blueberry orchard there, and so
I love that.
Always busy.
Yeah,
so
that's neat.
How many people work on the farm? Is it just family, or do you have
I have like 2 full-time people and myself. And
just
we
Jeff.
Run the whole thing.
just the whole thing.
That's impressive.
Just the whole thing. So hey, we were just talking about this. So Bill Engvall, and you've been on the show 2 years ago. You probably don't. I mean, we've been on the air almost 20 years, but. Bill Engvall's been on the show a couple of times, and as you know, because you guys are friends, he has a place out here, and actually one of our listeners' father was the head contractor for Engvall's big old house up there in Deer Valley or in Park City, where he's up that way.
He left L.A., and in fact, I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He goes, "I've never been happier in my life."
Oh, wow.
So,
dude, that house is unbelievable. So I know you guys are
Except
tight.
He's got a woodpecker that is protected under some law that every morning starts knocking on the side of the house on the side of his bedroom.
Oh, are you? It's on the bedroom. I was going to say, then just
on
go
the bedroom side.
So just go to the other, 10,000 square feet over that way, but it's on the bedroom side.
Of course it is.
So do you guys hang out? Like, if you come out here and visited in the new house?
Yeah. I mean, to me, Utah's kind of like my home away from home. In fact, my oldest daughter said not long ago, "Dad, where would you live if you didn't live in Georgia?" And I said, "Probably Utah."
Oh,
wow.
See, and we were going to ask you this, because sometimes, again, we've been doing the show a long time, and then we'll find out that so-and-so, a celebrity, has a place here, and they've lived here for a long time. So you don't have a place here.
I don't have a place there, but I mean, we've been coming out there. We've been coming to ski out there for close to 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Every year. My wife and my daughter do the Sundance Festival for like the last 7 or 8 years. I'm a big bow hunter, so, I've chased elk and mule deer all over your mountains and gasped for air. And
that's great.
Yeah.
So where about did you hunt here? Because I've got some friends that are big hunters, and obviously where we live, people love
Well, I'm a bow hunter, so I was hunting elk up in Desiree, up above Park City.
Okay.
And then for mule deer down in the southern part of the state, so kind of down near Bryce Canyon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's cool. Sounds like you need a place here.
I do say it does, doesn't it?
Dude, I'll tell you that I'm originally from Detroit, and I kind of moved all around and lived in different places, before I set up shop and actually settled here, and moved here in October of '97. And it was one of those weird things because, like a lot of people, they have the preconceived notions of, and now we've got this new weird DUI law, anyway, so that's going to make us seem even quirkier. But I had these weird thoughts like everybody else, like, Utah, why would I want to live in Utah? And then I came out here, and within a week, I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just such a diverse state, and to me, the people, everybody's just so nice and chill and laid back. And, it's not, to me, it doesn't feel is uptight and polarized as the rest of the country.
Yeah, so. It really is it's like a slice of heaven. We always say that.
Is.
Like a lot of times, with the exception of you, when we have celebrities on and they're like, "Well, I'm thinking about Utah." I'm like, "Nah, you don't tell anybody. Utah sucks. It's a horrible place." You
want to kind of keep it under the radar, right?
Exactly. Keep it under wraps. So going back to hunting, so you do a lot of bow hunting. Do you have any? And I know you've hunted your whole life, right? You grew up hunting.
Yeah, I didn't grow up bow hunting. I started that about 10 or 15 years ago, but which is kind of the hardest way to do it. You kind of start off knowing that way, but I don't know. There's just something really cool, like with elk, sitting there as the sun's coming up in the mountains out there and listening to an elk bugle across a valley and saying, all right, let's walk that way. And then you get to the end of the day and you go, where's the truck? And the guy goes, see that mountain way over there? It's on the other side of that. And I'm like, okay, here we go.
That's cool. It turns out that call was actually Bill Engvall with his call, like across the valley.
Yeah, exactly. Just messing with me.
Exactly.
I'll tell you a real quick funny story about Bill. And Bill would tell you this. Out of the four of us when we were doing Blue Collar, Bill was always the guy that wanted to be famous the most. Just wanted it so bad. And Larry and Ron and I didn't really care about the fame part of it. But whenever we would go together and do a TV show or a radio show, they would always mess up Bill's last name. They just could never get Bill's last name. Call him Bill Eggball and whatever. And it used to go all over him. And Larry was like the little brother on the tour. And so if he knew something bothered you, he would just mash those buttons.
Oh, that's funny.
The instigator.
And he knew it bothered Bill about his name. And so one night when we show up at the theater, Larry had called ahead and got him to change the marquee. And the marquee said, welcome, Blue Collar guys. Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, Ron White, and that other fella.
So, did he? Obviously, he saw the humor.
Bill's looking out of the SUV window. Look at the sign. Look what they don't even put my name up there. And I look at Larry. I'm like, don't you tell him who did this. You're going to get whacked.
Dude, that is funny. That's funny.
Good.
So we're excited. You're coming to town. It's August 18th. So this is Jeff and Larry's Backyard Barbecue Festival. It's going to be at USANA Amphitheater. Have you ever done anything or maybe seen a show at USANA, or are you aware of this amphitheater? Or no?
I have never done the amphitheater there.
You'll love
I've
it.
done a ton of shows there, but I've never done the amphitheater.
Dude,
and Larry and I, in fact, we're on tour right now, and a few months ago, I'm like, let's do something we haven't done before. And so we said, why don't we do an outdoor thing and just contract all these people to have this great food, and let's bring music in, too. And so it's just like a night of comedy and music and great food, because to me, comedy and music are the two things. They're like the release valves that keep the boiler from exploding.
Yeah,
true.
Everybody is going through some struggle in their life, no matter who they are. But to me, like at the end of a comedy night, when people come up and go, I can't remember the last time I laughed that much, that's cool, because for whatever struggle you're going through, for a couple of hours, you forgot about it.
Yeah, you've escaped it for a little bit.
Yeah, music kind of does the same thing. And with Larry, of course, food does the same thing.
Well, yeah. So what the Eddie Money thing? So he's on the bill right now, and it says and more. So are you?
We're working on somebody else, but I don't want to say who it is until we have it locked down.
Okay, and I know you do, because you've done the music thing and some of the parody songs, that sort of thing, and so I know you're tight with some of these musicians. So my mind is racing. I'm like, okay, it could be like an Alan Jackson. I mean, I know you guys are tight.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'll let you know as soon as we have it confirmed.
Okay.
So.
And then Eddie Money. So I love Eddie Money. I'm a big 80s guy. I love Eddie Money.
Yeah, me too.
So what's your relationship with him? Do you know him?
I've never worked with him. I'm excited about it.
He seems like he's a trip. He does. Like he's just a trip. I don't know.
Sometimes, though, the people that are the trips are the fun. Like when we did the Larry the Cable Guy roast on Comedy Central, I got to sit next to Gary Busey, who at one point goes, I want you to mail me every redneck joke you've ever written.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, well, there's like 5,000 of them, And he actually had the best line in the roast, because he said the only time Larry's movies fly off the shelf is when a tornado hits a Walmart. So.
That's good. That's good,
funny.
Dude. To be a part of one of those roasts, we always talk about this. Like, even if you're not the one up there being roasted, you get roasted by the other people. So, how was that for you? I mean, because you can be the most secure person, but like, how was it when you got roasted?
Well, they approached me because my wife and I have been chairman of the fundraising for the Duke Children's Hospital for like 20 years, and so Comedy Central came to me and they said, hey, if you'll let us roast you, we'll write a big check to the Duke Children's Hospital.
Sweet.
And I said, okay, great. What do I have to do? And they said, nothing. You just show up. And I had forgot how dirty they were. And so 5 minutes into it, I'm thinking, if my mother is watching this, there are paramedics on the way to her house right now with a paddle. So.
Clear.
Yeah.
So was it? I mean, did you get anything that you were like, "Ow"? I mean, because it's just you watch those and they are brutal.
Yeah.
And especially with people like Ron and Larry, who you gave their shot. You know. Bring them on the blue collar tour, and all of a sudden they're famous and making a ton of money, and you're like, really? You're going to sit there and say this about me?
That's hilarious. All right. Well, we're excited for you to come to town. Promise me this. Well, I guess you can't promise, but when you do come in, if you could, I don't know, if you have a little time, we'd love to have you. Maybe.
I'd love to come just sit in with you. I love doing it.
We would love that. And I know you did a little radio. Are you still doing radio on Sirius or no?
We are, yeah.
Okay.
Larry and I have our own channel. It's Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. So.
Sweet. And how often is that every day? Is that a daily show?
It's on around the clock, and so we're always. I've got the little now. I mean, we've got a little portable thing that we travel with, and I've got like a little mini studio set up in my basement here, so we're on it all the time.
You can do it all, man. You're amazing.
I love
That's
it. Yeah,
cool.
and we're big fans of you. So if you're ever here in Utah visiting Bill, hanging out in his little
maybe we'll drag Bill out too. That would be fun.
It would be a lot of fun. So we're excited. So you guys are coming to town. For the people that don't know, it's Jeff and Larry's Backyard Barbecue. It's going to be USANA Amphitheater, August 18th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll give away tickets in about 15 minutes here, a pair of tickets after Sleeves on the 20th. So, Jeff, always a pleasure to talk to you, buddy.
Oh, you too. Thank you. We're looking forward to coming back out to Utah, so I appreciate it.
Jeff Foxworth, everybody. All right. Talk to you soon, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.